Now, veteran Indian cricketer Suresh Raina has announced his retirement from all formats of the game. So another Indian cricketer Suresh Raina this time announcing his retirement from all formats of the game. A big news there coming in with Suresh Raina saying that he calls it when it comes to the game. So no longer playing in all formats of cricket. Suresh Raina there hanging his boots. Now finally having a very flourishing career. He's now decided to actually hang his boots when it comes to all formats of cricket. Rishi now joins me on the broadcast. Rishi, an announcement by Suresh Raina.
Yeah, exactly. We all saw it coming. In fact, there were reports that were doing rounds that he's going to play T20 leagues in South Africa, Sri Lanka and UAE. See, his career was almost next to over. In fact, he was also not picked for the IPL also. So his career that was almost over. But definitely, his career was one of the most stunning careers, one of the greatest careers to have, one of the greatest sports persons, actually cricketers to have played for India. He had a World Cup to his credit, and apart from that, he was the first actually player to score a century in all three forms of cricket. And we should also remember here that he announced his retirement from the international cricket on the same day, in fact, when MS Dhoni announced his retirement on August 15, 2020. So he represented India in 18 tests, 226 ODIs and 78 T20Is. It was a career for 13 years, and he actually captained India for a very brief time, when Dhoni wasn't available. Then in Dhoni's absence, he captained India. As far as his future career is concerned, right now he is going to play the Road Safety World Series, which is starting from September 10th, where actually a lot of former players from Sachin Tendulkar to Ganguly, all these players play. Apart from that, he also has sought no objection certificate from BCCI and from the UP Cricket Association, which is the UPCA. So for any player to play in the leagues outside of India, this is a mandatory thing. Even if you have retired, still you need to have that certificate, that NOC from BCCI. So Suresh Raina has done that, and what we would see Suresh Raina now is playing for some for the leagues in South Africa, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and everywhere. See, Suresh Raina, the kind of player he is, he has not been performing well since some years, but all of us believe that he still has some years of cricket left in him. Maybe he can play really, he can go for franchisee cricket for another 2 to 3 years. He has that, at least that much of thing in him. So maybe that's what we are going to witness next.
Also, Rishi, the fact that he was not picked by the franchisee at the IPL mega auction this time around, do you think that also sort of augmented his decision? It was pretty much in the pipeline, like you were mentioning, but do you think that was like the last nail in the coffin?
Absolutely. See, when he was not picked this time, in fact, his name came for the bidding twice, in the first round and even in the second round. Everyone was expecting that maybe, CSK might pick him again. They might just give him another chance. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that IPL is a game of young players. And with Suresh Raina not age being on his side, so that's why I feel that, CSK made a conscious decision to revamp the team, to go with younger players, because every franchisee look for, say, 5 years, 6 years down the line, that how the lineup is going to be. And Suresh Raina was clearly not in that thick and thin of things. So that's why they decided, and yes, Suresh Raina got a clear message that nothing is going to happen as far as the Indian cricket is concerned, not even franchisee cricket. So I think it's a smart move. He has some 2-3 years of cricket left in him, and with the kind of stretcher that he has, with the kind of fame that he has, he can still play 2-3 years outside of India.
Right, absolutely, Rishi, because the Southpaw was likely to bid due to the IPL. That was something that was being discussed. But having said that, other T20 leagues, when it comes to in South Africa or Sri Lanka, UAE, that was not clearly ruled out for him. However, he decided to just, bid adieu to all of it.
Absolutely. See, for all the Indian players, these are very good and very attractive options. Because IPL is one of the biggest, actually it is the biggest franchisee cricket tournament. And South Africa, even the Bangladesh Premier League, even the Sri Lanka Premier League, all of them are trying to somewhere match up to the IPL standard. But what they need is big players, and Indian players are like one of the biggest, when it comes to the structure of the players, they are the biggest. But BCCI does not allow them. They are not allowed to, like the way a Bangladesh player or an England player or Australian players come to play in IPL, the Indian players are not allowed to go there. So Suresh Raina really knew that this is something that will play to his advantage, because getting an Indian name, getting a name who's like really, really famous and all that will definitely, add on to the sheen of these leagues. So that's why a conscious decision and a smart decision, I would say here.
Absolutely, Rishi. And one last point, he has taken to Twitter to actually announce it. If you could just put that in front of our viewers. We are also putting that tweet out, exactly what he said in that tweet. The same day as Mahendra Singh Dhoni announced his retirement. Incidental, or do you think he wanted that poetic justice happening?
That's actually very interesting to say that. That was poetic justice. But then I feel for a player of, stature of Raina, maybe it wasn't the greatest decision. Because you have to understand the kind of player Dhoni is. Dhoni is one of the most respected, one of the biggest cricketers India have ever produced. So somewhere his retirement got lost into that day. Everyone was there talking about Dhoni, but there were very few mentions of Raina. I personally feel Raina deserved a little better farewell. A lot more people talking about him, a lot more experts talking about him. We should have looked at his career in a much, in a much grander manner. But then when it coincides with a person like Dhoni, then it's a tough choice to make, and that's where somewhere Raina lost out. But maybe we really don't know what actually prompted him to do it the same day.
All right. Rishi, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Also joining me is